Well, here we go once again. Thursday, the 20th of November. Bit of live trading. It's been an interesting day. We had a bit of a dump, and we're not too sure why. I've been looking around briefly, albeit. Now, let me just check the volume on this. I don't know if I had the right microphone. I do. I have it selected, which is good. And let's put on some background music to fill in the void. And while we do that, make sure you like and subscribe on the YouTube. Appreciate your support there. Where am I? There we go. Pop that down to there. Stick the lo-fi on. Let's go for lo-fi today, shall we? And let's jump into. Well, I should have started with welcome. There you go, top left-hand corner. Welcome. You're welcome. And like and follow, obviously, if you're on X as well. I do appreciate the support. We go live every week with live trading. Today we're live with Edgeful. You can see the Edgeful platform on the screen here. Let's look through some charts quickly because we're kind of trading kind of near the lows of the day on a lot of assets, which is quite interesting. So before we do that, I need to copy the link quickly. But I hope we are all well, trading okay. It's been a pretty dramatic day, which of course we will get into in just a second. But I'm just setting up the streams. Get rid of that. We're back in. We're in business. We're back in business. Sweet. What were we doing? We're looking at the charts, weren't we? So the charts today, we had a very, very big drop. You can see on the screen there. This was where's market open? Market open was this vertical line on the screen, and then it just dipped. So about an hour's price action, and they just took an absolute tumble, really. So from the top, if you bought that top for short, well done. To kind of 3% swing, which is absolutely incredible for the SPY. Looks like we're kind of making another move down again once towards the lows. Obviously the strategy that I kind of have in place. Let me turn that down a bit. Let me see. There we go. Very bright there on the right side of me. We are trading near the lows, and obviously my strategy is the power hour breakout report. And what that is simply we've got the highs of the day, which is this top blue line, and then we've got the lows of the day, which is this bottom blue line. This yellow line is a support line from previous analysis and previous days and stuff. So I've left it there because it's quite important. You can see it's got rebound off it slightly, we dip down below it, and we're kind of trying to find a bit of support here going into the end of the day. We've got half an hour left of the market open. I'll be with you for all of those minutes. I was going to say all of those half an hours, but that doesn't make sense. But yeah, we're trading obviously towards the lows of the day, which means the stats, shall we say, if we jump into the Edgeful platform, what we do is we go to stock, top left hand corner, you can see there on the screen. You can choose the ticker, but I use the watch list that I've got on the right side here. Let's have a look at SPY. Obviously that's what we're looking at on the chart just now, and we can see that there is a 12% chance. Oh, also before we do that, on the number 6 here, choose sub report, I've done by weekday, and that filters out all of the Thursdays in the last 6 months, and the date ranges here in 6 months as well. So in the last 6 months, every Thursday there's been a 12% chance a new low has been made. Now of course there has been a bull market. Perhaps we are turning over slightly in the last month or so, but do bear that in mind. A lot of those Thursdays will be within that bull market. Obviously we're still technically in that bull market, but you can see according to the data that there's a 12% chance it goes below this line, which we like. But then of course we're not just going to buy willy-nilly. We have to do a little bit of analysis on top of that. So we do have what we've got here is some sort of trend line seems to be forming thereabouts. So perhaps if we get a bit of a break coming into the last 20 minutes to the upside through there, that could be an interesting one. But of course I think given the nature of today and maybe people kind of panic selling slightly, we might see that 12% increase. And what that will do is if we do dip below this kind of blue line, this 12% will increase. Not today, but it will increase for next Thursday's data. Good luck with the trading. Thank you, Brightside Smiles. Sorry, I was a little bit late to that comment. I was kind of waffling along, so yeah, no, I appreciate that. There's a few opportunities tonight. If you're feeling rather bold, there is a few opportunities tonight. You can see we're kind of dropping into the close. Let's have a look at some stocks, because a lot of these stocks you'll see on the data. I'll leave it on Power Hour breakout report, and we'll just jump through a few stocks. So Apple will be quite low, 8%. New low of day. Amazon 12%. So you can see all of these stocks generally have quite low percentages of making a new low of day. So I kind of look through the chart first. So let's start with Apple. Apple started with the kind of nearish the lows of the day there. Amazon, they're at the lows of the day. In fact, they've broken it, so that's been broken. You can see a little bit of a tip down below that. Could be a potential triple bottom, which is nice, but still it's hard to buy that, in my opinion. Barber's taken a real big tumble today, down 3.6% in total, and Google trailing down there as well. I don't hate this one though, to be honest. Obviously had good earnings, did quite well. We've got a little bit of a higher low here, so you could. There's just not much else to really kind of buy on apart from the break. I would probably just wait for these breaks of trend lines to form if we get that. It's got to be very tight in the next 20 minutes, but that's what we're doing with scalping. That's essentially what's going to be happening here. So we've got a couple of charts to watch. We've got, what did I say? SPY, wasn't it? SPY and Google. What I'll do is maybe, what I'll do is I'll drag them to the bottom so that we kind of know we can cycle through them quicker. Microsoft, well, just broke the lows of the day. Did actually try and break out, but then the last 20 minutes has just been downwards. But that's okay. That happens. We've got Nvidia down the lows of the day as well, so that's a good opportunity perhaps. But I would probably look at the same kind of trend line break. That one's a little bit more skewed. You could probably have it there if you wanted to. This one looks like it's going to break lower. I mean, the whole day looks like it's going to break lower, to be honest. Just the nature of the day. Look, yeah, I mean, we're going down that direction, aren't we? Let's be honest. But you never know. If we could get a bit of a bounce here, you could. If you're feeling really fruity, you can enter here just on a whim and have a stop loss really nice and tight, just because of the data. But that would just be a one-hit wonder. That was the case, and of course you can always get punched out of it. Quite often you'll get price action which will come down below this blue line and go straight back up. Right, Tesla's the last one we're going to look at. Again, same sort of thing, coming down to the blue line. Blue line there. But yeah, no, it's interesting. Let's have a look. I think we are about to hit fresh lows on the day. Yeah, as we suspected, it looks like it's gonna punch down, and if we do punch down, that's a breaking new lows. We might get a bit of a quick move to the downside there. So you can, when you're looking at this, it's good to kind of have a look at how the market's been performing on the day. So you can see the 12% here, which is great, but you do have to kind of take in the fact that market conditions today are obviously not great. We've plummeted down 3% from the highs, which is massive. It's a big move. Congratulations if you're on the other side of that. But yeah, it's not very pretty. And there you go. There's new lows of the day confirmed. Which is the same for Google, as we mentioned, and probably Nvidia. Yeah, so all three of them have punched down below. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a bit of buying action now, just for people getting caught out by the stop losses. That's not part of this. The only one who's not is Meta. Actually, Meta's kind of coming down, but not quite. So you could in fact, potentially getting Meta using the SPY positivity, if there is any. Just gives you that bit of extra safety with the data alongside of Edgeful. And the data for Meta will be probably quite low. 8%. Yeah, look at that. Incredible. I'll also have a little look and see what's around. I think we are now pushing down on that, so we'll see if we can get a bit of a push up. I do not expect this. I'm not in it. I do not take my word for gospel there, but we have had the power hour breakout report not work for us in this particular moment. So we'll have a look at Meta. Do I have RSI on this? No. Trendline is still here. It'll be hard to break that in 20 minutes though. I mean, Tesla's not broken. And then you've got a trend line there. If you wanted to go even shorter, for a shorter scalp, you can go like this and have the data right there for you, potentially. Bit of a break of trend on Tesla here. And the Tesla data would be obviously quite low as expected. Have a look. So it's not as low as others, but it's pretty it's pretty low, excuse me. Right. Yeah, as I say, it's hard to buy any of this. I mean, you can see the SPY is really depressed today. This is just a minute chart. Ooh. I wonder what the RSI. Oh, poor throat today. Oh, how's that for a daily candle? This is in video. I mean, it's come down to volume profile. I mean, these daily candles are nasty because we had such a good pump in the morning. To finish like this, it's been a bit sad actually. But that's the market. Sometimes it humbles you. You know, there's people out there that would have been in the market today and thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna go with this momentum and buy the stocks and all that stuff, and then we come back against them, they wouldn't have had a stop loss, they would have lost their account. That's not trading, I guess. What was I actually looking at? I don't remember. I'm interested in this Tesla one, you know, because it's broken the trend line. I think I might get in this. Because the risk to reward is really, it's nothing really, because you've got the stop loss to just be below here. It's not an issue. Let's do it. Trade into the close. Let's see what happens. Stop loss at 397. And then the target price back up to this trend line here, which is about 475. Nope, 475. But yeah, looking at these daily candles, I mean, Bitcoin is down 5%. On the weekly chart. Oh. What drop that is. Loads of people calling for Bitcoin to go to 200,000 this year, but nope. I think it might be down on the year, you know. Where's the year? Yeah, that's the first weekly candle, opens there. We are down on the year for Bitcoin. 11%. Who would have thought that would have been the case? Wow, wow. So with these current levels, at the moment, let's jump into this, shall we? Let's just go into my standard watch list. I don't have all of these stocks that you can see on the right side of the screen here. These are just ones I watch. These ones I'm in, you can see in. Oh look, we made fresh lows. That probably means I'm out of my trade. Let's have a look. Yes, I am out. Oh well, these things happen. Probably bounce up now. Yeah, so these stocks I've got on this list, I mean, Lucid dropping like a... Well, actually, people have drawn the line slightly different, but yeah, this is still not good for Lucid. Wow. What I want is the RSI mainly. So long-term opportunities in this sort of market. But is it really a bad market? Let's take a bit of a step back, shall we? Let's have a look at the SPY. SPY daily. I mean, yeah, that's not a good candle, is it? That's really not a good candle. Oh, the biggest candle on the screen, apart from this one back here in April. So if we have another April situation, we could be seeing down towards the 200 moving average, which is about 630, which takes us back to prices in August, which doesn't feel that long ago. But yeah. Breaking these lows today, this could go even further, you know. This could drop. This could really drop. This could really drop. So looking at this, you're probably looking at the newest volume of around about 644. Right there. So 6:47. So we're getting a bit of buying into the close here, you can see on the screen. There we go, as we mentioned, Tesla moving up. Not to where I wanted to, but you know, look at this. What a weird last half an hour we're having today. Well, I never. As I was saying, we're looking at long opportunities, aren't we? We've got Enphase, which just looks like a dead rubber at the moment. Nvidia, still well within this wedge that we've got drawn. That does look a bit like a mess today, but we're still technically in the wedge. Right at the pinch as well, right at the tip of the wedge. Rivian, still just kind of calming down after its earnings report. Still pretty flying high because of it. This was the earnings morning, or evening should we say. Dipped down day before, pushed up, and then really nice days following. Come back down to that kind of reality level. Maybe we can find a bit of support and then move higher, but this is completely normal in my opinion. Very big numbers of course, but yeah, normal in my opinion. Still can't believe the swing we've had today. Incredible. This is the 15-minute chart. We'll get rid of some of these lines. The reason I'm not looking at Edgeport at the moment is because obviously the power hour breakout report has been broken for pretty much every stock on the report. So that's broken. You can see here, coming down there, that's broken. Baba broke ages ago. Meta hasn't broken. We did speak about that potential opportunity and maybe we should have taken that. Microsoft broken, Tesla broken as we just saw, and the US 500 buy essentially is broken as well, of course. Google and Nvidia, so all of them are kind of broken apart from Meta. Meta seems to be flying. Typical, I guess. What we're looking at Rivian, won't we? So let's move on to Grab. Grab not doing so well at all. I thought we'd find a little bit of support here, kind of 550-ish. That's previous resistance for a lot of price action. Basically, this whole year just been wiped out completely in the last couple of days. Still like the company long term. Big company in Southeast Asia. We're approaching the 50-moving average for the weekly chart. So if that's something you look for, then go ahead and look at that. NIO down another 6% today, not having a good time the last few weeks. Still quite a move, you know, since the beginning of July. We've got earnings on Tuesday next week as well, so be aware of that. Needs to find a bit of support very soon though, because it broke through there, which is not good to see. Don't like that. Really don't like that at all. 200 moving average actually for the daily. A lot of depressed charts, and the SPY, we looked at the SPY, not down that much really, considering the run we've been on, but that 647 would definitely be a line in the sand for me. See how far it goes. We'll watch the SPY going into the close now. So what do you think? Do you think Friday, tomorrow, which is the 21st of November, do you think it will be a red day or a green day following this price action today? I wish I could do a poll, but I think I can on here. But yeah, while you're here, make sure you like and follow on X. Do appreciate the support. And of course, like and subscribe on YouTube. Really helps me out for life in general. So last 5 minutes, pushing into the close. Will be one of those days where it just goes nuts into the close. Probably. Almost 200 viewers. Fantastic. Nice. Make sure if you're on YouTube, make sure you like it as well. Makes it goes a lot further then. Tesla struggling. Gonna make new lows, I think. So I'm just scanning through my positions on my thing. Microsoft, Meta, single-handedly trying to pull up the SPY into the close. Well, you're not doing a very good job. Bit of a range here as well. Got how long we got? 2 minutes left of the market. I don't know what to say really in terms of what I think it will be tomorrow in terms of a green or red day. I mean, the odds would obviously say red day, looking at the chart there. Given the fact that the MACD is not looking great, not looking to turn around anytime soon. RSI looks like it's heading down even further. So, yeah, there's definitely more chance for downside. And the charts, you look at. Let's go to the big guns on the daily chart. I mean, they're still traveling really quite high. Yeah, I mean, the last 3 or 4 weeks have been a bit flat. I mean, Apple hasn't really moved. Amazon has come down and some since its earnings, sitting at the 200 moving average. There's a little bit of hope there, but we'd like to think if it does break that, which it has tried to, then we're not looking so good, are we? Barber, we'll take that out of the equation because we're looking at the Mag 7 here. Meta, still just kind of trailing down. To be fair, that's been going down for a while. Perhaps these 2 gaps here, you can see these 2 gaps might be next. This one got filled. Perhaps that kind of 550 range got the RSI quite low as well. So there's definitely a bit of pain out there. And we thought we were going to have that, that relief this morning when stocks came out the gate. Obviously, Nvidia posted good earnings last night. Everyone thought, oh, cool, business as usual, let's go back to it. And then boom, market makers had other ideas. Tesla as well, kind of rejecting really cleanly off of the 20 and the 50, looking like it's going to head down further, maybe towards kind of 366, that sort of area. Something to look out for, which obviously we do not want. And the market is now closed, just like that. We'll see what the overnight reaction is going to be. Let's move this back to where it was. It's been a pleasure for people watching. We had a good look at kind of the stocks. We had a look at the stocks. And we had a good look at. We took a step back because obviously we looked at the power hour breakout report. Obviously, this one is from Edgeful platform, which is a great platform. There's lots of different strategies. Today I chose the power hour breakout report because I thought the price action was going to be near the lows, and it was, but not as we wanted it to be. It wasn't as strong as we thought the market today, and that was to be expected given the price action going into the close. But yeah, no, it's been tricky to trade with that today, but you can't trade with it every day. That's what it's like. I'll be on next Tuesday, so make sure you stick that in your diaries. We can have hopefully a bit more of a successful trading evening. I did put a little one on Tesla. Nothing happened. It got punched out straight away, but that's how it goes. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you took some value for this, obviously drop a comment. Make sure you give it a like, subscribe, follow, whatever. And I'll see you on Tuesday next week. Take care, everyone, and trade safe.